Dr. Scott, week 7 already, Wednesday. We're halfway through the class, last 6 weeks. And as always, remember that you have to listen to the screencast, look at the top 10 tips, post your own reactions and examples, and then scroll through your peers' posts and responses on the discussion forum. And then you'll get all of your points. That'd be great. Today I want to talk about research papers, which are a fact of life in college. I really want to make a pitch that they don't have to be so painful. As I say here, a lot of beginning students loathe these papers. Advanced students actually adore them. Why would that be? It is your chance to become an instant expert. Think of it as a treasure hunt. Think of it as a detective thriller. Think of it as a chance to exercise your obsessions. Honestly, I think a healthy dose of curiosity is a beautiful thing in life. But doing research, even when it's not required, can make any essay better. It can be a huge bump to your GPA. It can be just a huge bump to your interest in the topic. So the first thing you're going to have to do when asked to do research is to find your focus. And we already had a find your focus top 10 tips. So I'm going to skip over this to get to the second part. What makes this a little different is to take that focus, like U.S. dependence on foreign oil, maybe that's what I'm interested in, and flip it into a question. This is quite fundamental often in making your research flow smoothly. Find that question and unlocks every door. So instead of just saying, oh, I want to write something about U.S. dependence on foreign oil, ask yourself, how can the U.S. reduce its dependence on foreign oil? Then you have something to dig for, debates to engage in. Step 3 is to drill down deep. And I need to revise this because I've been realizing lately that a lot of you use Reddit. If you don't, you'll get what I mean anyhow. But for those of you who are Reddit users, this is where you go into the subreddits. So a Reddit is a general topic, and then the subreddit is the subreddit is where you really find community, engagement, debate, specifics. So it's your job to drill down. So the initial question that you ask frequently goes to subtopics of subtopics of subtopics of subtopics. How can we use more effective use for dependence on oil, for example? How can we shift to renewables? What can we do to cut down on use overall, et cetera, et cetera. So it gives you something to dig for. You know where you stand. And then once you find out what the debates are, now that you know something, it's your job to take a stand, which is what we do in college research papers. It really is about learning to express your own ideas and your own opinions. This is where I like to wave the flag, because I do truly believe that this is the essence of American education. Knowing how to stand up for the ideas that you believe in, but in a way that doesn't alienate your audience, but actually engages them. Once you've got your research all piled up, you need to make a plan for how it's going to fit into your paper. You don't want to get it lost. This is the essential step of making an outline that many of you like to skip over. If you know what your thesis is based on your research, then, and really only then, is it time to think about the intro and the title and the subtitle and how to do an ending and all that kind of stuff. Of course, you do need to worry about the flow. Research papers have a ton of information, and making all that information flow smoothly can and should be a challenge, because you want to show off to your professor how much you know and how much you learned, and to your audience as well. You want to establish credibility and expertise. Crucial, as always, to insert some naysayers. Some of your research will include points of view you don't agree with specifically, and it's essential to show that, yes, I know that's there. Yes, I know what the argument is. Yes, I understand their analysis and their facts, and here's my thoughtful and engaging response. And then finally, of course, when you're doing a research paper, don't forget to polish the proofreading, because it's always a little tragic when someone has done tons of wonderful research, has formed a wonderful argument, and their grade falls down into the basement because they just got exhausted and didn't take time to proofread the research paper. Research papers are formal academic arguments, and the formality includes formal and careful presentation. Hope that helps for this week. Looking forward to hearing what you have to say on your side.